Welcome back to McKinney ISD Sports Talk. I'm Johnny B, heading down the home stretch of this 2014 football season. Our focus now to the McKinney Boyd Broncos. Happy to be joined by Coach Don Drake. And Don, I've talked to you a lot over the last couple of weeks, and I've had the most redundant conversation I know in saying, Coach, big game this week. Coach, big game. But big game, big game, big game, and you guys have answered the bell.
Yeah, really proud of the kids. You know, we knew coming after the open week that we had 4 critical ball games, and so we've been able to get 3 of them back to back in victories that have sealed up another playoff spot for us. So just really excited for the kids and how they're playing and the job that they're doing. Thursday
night against Lewisville, you came out of the gate like you were going to put them away easy, and then offense just kind of stalled a little.
Yeah, it did, you know, and we did some great things early, you know, and we came back in the third quarter and did some real good things. Obviously, the fourth quarter, the last possession we had, the drive to seal the victory, all that was positive. Now, sandwiched in between there was that lull that you're talking about, and we obviously have to be more focused, you know, and learn how to execute every snap, you know, because it becomes so critical in ball games that you go play every down, because every down can be the difference.
When you went in at halftime, what did you say to the kids?
Basically that, you know, that we got to go line up and play. I mean, when we execute, we do what we're capable of, great things happen. When we don't, then you open the door for somebody to shut you down, you know, and get you off the field. So the kids understand that, you know, we got to keep getting better. We got to go back to practice this week with our eyes focused on Hebron and what we've got to do to go be successful against them on Friday night.
Dedrick is so consistent, 25 carries, 75 yards. He pounds out those hard yards. When you talk about Grant Restmeyer, and you and I have had this conversation, he came in at the beginning of the year, places a 3-year starter in Curtis Ladd. A lot of people said, what kind of quarterback is he going to be? Is he just a manager? Can he make big decisions? Can he make big throws? After seeing Grant now, I think what Grant has become for other defensive coordinators is a factor.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, he can play the game. He does well. We're getting some consistent play out of him. We talk about it every week in here, I think, on the show about how he's performing, and so just really proud of where he is. You know, the challenge, I think, is as you start to string together victories is remembering why you're victorious, you know, and it's through all your hard work and your focus and your effort, and you got to continue to do those things. You know, success doesn't just happen by chance. You have to create it for yourself, and so that's got to be our goal as we continue to work and prepare for the playoffs. And obviously Hebron this week's in a very important ball game, but keeping our kids tuned in to the fact that we're here because of the work that we have done. We got to continue to work if we expect to keep moving forward.
Let's take a look at these highlights from McKinney Boyd and Lewisville. It was the Thursday night game at Ron Poe Stadium.
Yeah, it was the opening kick. It's a great job of kick coverage there. You know, anytime you can pin them down inside the 10 to start, that's pretty critical. Nice job there of running to the football and the quarterback run. We knew the quarterback was one of their best runners. We did a good job of containing him. Again, there you see Grant throwing the ball out to Brandon Bowling, who had a big week. There's another one on virtually the same play for the touchdown there. He made the safety miss in man coverage. It's a nice ball here going out to Jeremiah Campbell to set up our second score, put us down deep in Lewisville territory, and then Dedrick's going to get the touchdown run here. By a great job by our offensive line up front.
We talked about that receiving core, and you talked about it with me. Week after week, it's a different guy stepping up.
Yeah, you know, and the thing you have to understand is defenses are going to play you differently, right? They're going to defend you in different ways, and so sometimes that creates opportunities for one individual that it doesn't create for another one. And the point is you got to be ready to go make the play when your number gets called, you know, when they present that opportunity for you to make the play. And
so some great defensive plays from your kids getting to the ball on that screen. Defense has really been playing lights out lately.
Yeah, they're doing a great job playing with a lot of effort, you know, and that's a lot of it is being able to run to the football, play physical, and play with outstanding effort. And as you see with all the red around the ball carrier, that's exactly what's happening for us defensively. Great job there of tackle in space. You know, they were very athletic in the receiving core, and so for them to be able to complete the pass and us rally and make the tackle was huge.
You came out in the second half and tried to keep them intact. It was a close game. They're playing for their playoff life, and one of the things is containing that offense.
Yeah, no doubt. There was a block there by Ross Madison, recovered by Braden Webb there to set us up in great field position. Yeah, they're a team that was playing for a lot themselves. You know, they had a playoff spot on the line. They're obviously very, very motivated. And, you know, our kids came and answered the bell and got it done and did what we needed to do. Here's a great return by Brandon Bowling there right before the half.
One of the things that really has happened a lot too, coaches, look like you're getting a lot of special teams play, blocked punts, good returns that is helping out the offense.
Well, and special teams are such an important part of the game, and people probably don't focus on that enough and give it enough credit. But you always notice bad special teams play, right? But a lot of times you don't give credit to great special teams play. And we have done well, and the kids that are involved in our special teams groups have really done a good job of executing and helping us in that important phase of the game.
Big sack there, and that was caused by coverage downfield too.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, it's a team game, right? And so everybody's got to do their job, and when they do, then success is going to happen. And sometimes, the guy that gets highlighted for that success, it's been helped to be created by other guys around him that may not get their name in the paper for it or whatever. But we as coaches know, and we as players know that that credit has to be passed to the entire team.
Grant Ressmeyer's just throwing a great ball right now, putting it where his receivers can get it.
Yeah, and we've talked about that many times. That's his job, is to go put a ball out there in a place where our guy can catch it, and then it's our receiver's job, obviously, to go make the play on the ball in that single coverage. There, Drew Smith, huge field goal at that point in the ball game to extend our lead. That was very, very critical. That opened a 10-point lead at that point. It's a great job there in coverage by Boone Tate as they run the old hitch and go or hot and go out there, and he does a great job of breaking that pass up in the end zone.
Again, another great defensive stand right here as Lewisville is driving.
Yeah, and we needed our defense to step up and make some big plays right there, and they did, and so that was great to see us be able to do that with the ball deep in our own territory and to come through. This was a huge third down catch there by Cassidy Woods to swing the field position, give us a very important first down, and then we were able to keep the ball on the ground from there, eat the clock, and then eventually Dedrick scores.
We talk about Dedrick yards after contact, and boy, that was pretty prevalent on those last two carries.
Yeah, you saw a great run right there, where he's yards after contact, and there you see a great job up front, and he bounces in the open alley and gives us that score to put us ahead by multiple scores.
Don, you've clinched a playoff spot. It's been 3 tough weeks on this team. You've asked your team to play at a high-intensity level. As they go into this final week of the regular season, what do you tell them?
Well, we got to stay focused. We got to keep doing what we're doing. Hebron's a good football team, and I know people look at their record and so forth and say, well, they're out of playoff contention. They haven't won a whole lot of football games, but I'll take them back to where they went to triple overtime with Marcus not too many weeks ago, right, and lose that football game 24-21. So they've been in some really tight football games. They haven't been able to come out on top, obviously, as their record indicates, but it's not because they're not a quality football team. And so while we have clinched a playoff spot and our eyes are set obviously on Cowboy Stadium and starting that first round of the playoffs, we can't look past a good Hebron football team on senior night at their place because they will be very motivated and they're very capable. And for us, we've got to go take care of business. We've got to be focused and get the job done.
Don, congratulations. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Don Drake of the McKinney Boyd Broncos. We'll see what happens in the final week of the regular season when we see you next time on McKinney ISD Sports Talk.